Hi guys, welcome back to the 401 Files. My name is Ben and I'm stupid because I wore a white t-shirt in the woods. 1 second. Lily, come. Come. As you can see, I've got Lily out with me. She's in training still, so she's getting on very well, but she's never ever done a wild camp before, so this will be her first wild camp, first time being in a tent, and first time having to understand that she needs to be patient. She can't be running off and doing whatever she wants, whenever she wants. So this will be great training for Lily. I've brought the old-timer out with me as well, Tallulah, and also Carrie's here as well. A lot of you will remember Carrie from UK Carrie Outdoors here on YouTube. She's out again tonight with me, and we're in a hotspot, a UFO extraterrestrial hotspot. A lot of reports do come from this area, and you old-timers on the channel may remember 2 years ago, I actually did camp out here. I did a solo camp for Halloween, and I camped right by this very river in this very spot. Well, in that video, I mentioned to you guys that this place has a bit of history outside of the extraterrestrial UFO topics. In the late 70s, early 80s, a murderer killed 2 or 3 people and then took refuge in this forest before taking his own life because the police were closing in on him. So, yeah, that's a bit of a weird one. But that's not why we're here, guys. We're here for the UFO extraterrestrial stories that do come in abundance from this place. You guys are going to enjoy this. Please do grab yourself a coffee and kick back. I'm not sure how long this video is going to be, but for however long it is, 20, 30 minutes plus, I hope you really enjoy yourself. And I will speak to you guys throughout this video, and I will see you once again at the end. I'm just sat here now thinking about some people, and I don't want to start griping or moaning and whinging, but we had a bit of a bad encounter on our way in here. Some miserable old guy really trying to give us a hard time. As we were getting our kit out of the car and getting the dogs on the leads, he was just stood there like glaring at us, and then he was like, "I hope you've got a lead." Well, yeah, I'm going to put them on the lead now. The dogs were being really well behaved as well. Like, they were just sat there waiting to be put on the lead. It wasn't like they were jumping all over and jumping up at him or anything like that, because Lily would never dream of doing that. She doesn't go near any people. She's a rescue dog. And Tallulah, you've all seen how well behaved Tallulah is. So the dogs were being very, very well behaved. So I said politely, "Yeah, we've got a lead. They're going to be going on there in a minute. I'm just getting the kit out of the car." And they stood there staring, like glaring at us. And I just ignored it and carried on getting my kit out of the car while the dogs wait patiently. And then he comes over and says, "Hope you're not thinking about camping." And I'm like, what is this guy's at this point now I'm thinking, like, what is this guy's problem? So I said, I actually am thinking of camping. Yeah, there's a camp spot where I go to just down here. And, you know, I'm not causing damage. I'm not an idiot. I don't go out drinking and leaving bottles of beer all over the place. I don't go chopping down live trees. I don't leave litter behind when I leave camp. I'm a very respectful camper. If anything, I'm over the top. Like, I'll sometimes go to a spot and take other people's litter back with me. And I would always pull anyone up for doing those kind of things because it gives everybody else a bad name. So I'm definitely not that type of person. But he made an assumption that I was. And when I gave him my answer, he wasn't happy with that because he had nothing on me. So then he moved his interrogation, or his line of interrogation, to, I'm waiting to see if you get fishing rods out. And I was like, "Look, mate, have I upset you? Have I done something wrong? What's going on? Why are you stood there staring at me?" I'm just getting my kit out of the car. The dogs are now getting, like, weirded out by this. I'm not fishing. Like, you can tell Carrie's dressed for camping. She's got hiking boots on. I've got my rucksack on my bag, on my back, sorry. Like, I'm not fishing. There's no fishing rods. Carrie's a vegetarian, for Christ's sake. She doesn't even eat fish. He's like, "Well, I'm the river bailiff." Okay, good for you. Well done. My dad's a bailiff. Like, my dad's a river bailiff. I don't get why you're telling me that information. I'm not off fishing. I'm not off to a river. I'm just spending the night under the stars, mate. So please just let me be and go on my way. Then he started saying he's going to ring the police. And I'm like, whoa, where is this going? Why are you ringing the police? He's like, if I put that registration to a database, we'll see what the police have to say. I said, do that. Do that. Now you're just being an absolute arse. Why would you even try to pin something on me? Put the car registration number through a database. If that's going to make you feel happy about yourself, do that. I've got nothing to hide. So it started getting out of hand, because now I'm getting really cheesed off at this guy, and I'm thinking, just let me be. You've made an assumption that I'm a young guy jumping out of a car with a rucksack and I'm up to no good. That's not the case at all. If you knew who I was and you didn't judge a book by its cover, maybe because I'm wearing a cap, I don't know, then you would see that I'm actually a decent guy that's very respectful of everywhere I go. But he was just adamant that he wasn't going to have it. Yeah, it got out of hand. It kind of put a bad vibe on the trip before it even began. So I had to take like 20 minutes just to calm myself down a little bit, because you can't jump on camera and start talking when somebody just talked and treated you like that. Very frustrating. I wish I had filmed it, actually. I just wasn't thinking about grabbing the camera and recording him at that time. But guys, why are these people around? Like, why are there so many people hell-bent on causing misery for other people? I hate people that judge a book by its cover as well. You know, I'll tell you a very sad statistic, is that I experience things like that more when I'm out with Junior. And I've spoke to Junior about this before, is because he's black. He does get a lot of weird people asking weird questions that I feel they would never otherwise ask if it was just me on my own. So whenever I'm out with Junior, I've just said this to Carrie, I get that a lot when I'm with Junior. It's a very sad thing, but these people do exist. And you guys love Junior to bits here on the 401 Files, as I do. Great guy. But yeah, it does open your eyes, and it makes you realise that these people still exist in this world. It's crazy. Anyway, that's enough of that. I just thought I'd give you an update. I was hoping that tonight I could get the drone up. There's no signal out here though, so the drone can't go up, which is very sad, because it is a very scenic area, and I was hoping to get a bird's eye view of where we are, just so you guys can see how in the middle of everything we are. There's tons of acreage here where it's nothing but forest and valleys, etc. This river is so beautiful and peaceful. I'm going to be camping here tonight. It's going to be really, really relaxing. I don't think it burned very well last time. One of the great things about this forest, which I'm really enjoying at the minute, is there are tons of vantage points. Even on my walk in, I saw two people off in the distance. They must have been a good 3 or 4 miles away, but they looked like little specks in the distance. And the footpath that they were on led them right above the canopy of trees. And so their view from where they were must have been spectacular. And that is a hallmark trait that I'm discovering at the minute about this forest. And it might explain why so many people are seeing these strange orbs descending from the skies and dropping to the forest floor off at a distance, because there are so many vantage points that you get such a wide field of view of the surrounding area. You are going to see things strange in the sky, or coming out from the forest, or maybe dropping into the forest from the sky. It's absolutely a beautiful place here, but there are so many weird reports that come from this area. Mainly orbs, mainly strange fluorescent flashing lights is what people report. Because of that reason, I think that there are so many vantage points. But I don't believe that these strange lights that people are seeing when they're really high up looking across the forest, they see these lights coming from the sky and dropping to the forest floor. I don't think that they're drones, because I've tried to get my drone up and there's no signal here whatsoever. Now, I'm not sure if the Forestry Commission or whoever owns this national park have some kind of a internet blocker, a Wi-Fi blocker, but I can't get GPS signal here at all. So I highly doubt that people are seeing drones descending and ascending into the sky, because I have no signal, and I've walked around quite a fair few miles today trying to find it. I haven't had one by yet, so I don't think it's drones that people are seeing, but it's very thought-provoking, spectacular place to be, and I'm really enjoying my time here at the minute. I hope you guys are enjoying this video. If you are, please do give it a thumbs up and drop down in the comments box below. There's still plenty more to go yet, guys. There's like 3 or 4 more hours left of light, and so I'm going to record. But like I said, in terms of drone footage, I'm very limited at the minute because I can't get no GPS. I'm really tempted to put the GoPro on, which is waterproof, and swim through this clear water to film and see what it's like at the bottom. Me and Junior did this a few years back in some rock pool in the Lake District, and it was absolutely beautiful. I'm just walking back to camp to get the GoPro, thinking in my head, what the hell are you doing, Ben? How many times have I thought that during my 3 years of being on this channel? I've been in some sticky situations where I thought, what are you doing, Ben? But it's all in the name of science. And that's what I like to tell myself. Now, where is my GoPro? Yeah. The biggest question I have is, do I open my eyes under the water so I can see where I'm actually swimming? I do that in the swimming pool. And I did that when we went to the Lake District, and I was swimming there in like a rock pool. I opened my eyes under the water there. It didn't affect me at all. So there shouldn't be a problem, but you never know. Like, I always think about these pathogens and bacteria that people talk about, and will it affect me? Will I get an infection? But screw it. You only live once, and it's a beautiful place. So I always say, absorb it. Live in the moment, guys. Live in the moment. It's dangerous because the sail is going around.
Gone under?
What do you mean? Go under. Right, wait.
Don't swallow it, you'll be sick.
What?
Don't swallow it, you'll be sick. Big breath.
Right, 1 minute. Let me get my bearings. I've had to put my jumper on now after being in that river. Didn't go as planned. I thought it'd be much clearer with the GoPro, but what I didn't anticipate was when I'm swimming like this underwater, I'm disturbing all the silt, which made it very murky. So that didn't go as planned. I was hoping for crystal clear footage of the river bottom, but it was refreshing. It was an experience. Standing nude in the woods trying to dry off naturally because I don't have a towel. But yeah, the tent's up now. I just put the tent up. I brought the big one obviously tonight, which is the Van Gogh Pulsar 200. And obviously with having the 2 dogs and Carrie being here, it's just going to make sense to have that bigger tent for the dogs. But yeah, the only thing we've got to wait for now is nightfall and see what comes. I often wonder, I'm just listening to the birds right now and all the other abundance of animal noises I can hear around me, and I'm just thinking how amazing it would be to be able to communicate with wildlife. Like, imagine some of the stories these birds can tell. If there is something prowling or wandering through these forests here in the UK, I'm sure that these little guys would be able to tell the truth and tell the stories of these strange wild man or extraterrestrial visitations that people describe seeing. So just found this really cool wildlife hide. It's just like in the middle of the woods. Stinks in here as well, it's really musky. I was half expecting like a barn owl to fly up because it's not been used in a very long time. This is really run down. The door was just open, and you can see there's people been here, kids or groups of people over the years that have carved the names in the wood. But it absolutely stinks like old damp wood. And yeah, there has been swallows as well nesting up on these wooden girders, which tells me that it can't be heavily used because they wouldn't be nesting in here if this was used on a regular basis. It's a cool spot. This pond's not being managed by the look of it, which is just made nature take over. There's a lot of ducks nesting on the island in the middle. It's just got a real nice atmosphere to this, guys. It's beautiful. So I'm reading this at the minute. This is Bob Lazar's book. This is his autobiography, actually, Dreamland. A lot of you guys will know about Bob Lazar, especially on this channel. Bob recently did a documentary on Netflix, which is super popular at the minute. And it was after watching that I decided I'll get the book in the hopes that maybe there's a few things in here that aren't in the documentary. And basically use it just as a bit of a refresher, really, because I am familiar with the Bob Lazar case, but they always add extras, don't they, in autobiographies and things like that. So this book has been amazing, to be fair, as well, because when I first got it, I was worried that I wouldn't be able to keep up and there'd be a lot of jargon in there that I don't understand. I mean, you've got to think this is a book about a guy working on alien tech, but it's not been either of those things. It's been really fun to read, and in some parts I've not been able to put the book down. So I'm really impressed with that. It got really good ratings on Amazon Prime as well. So I highly recommend it. Bob Lazar, Dreamland. Carrie's just cooking up some noodles right now, which will be good. No doubt going to set my acid off, but I'm getting hungry. But more than getting hungry, I'm getting extremely tired as well. So I'll be ready for bed really soon. I know it's still light, but give it another 3 or 4 hours, it's going to be completely dark out here. And I'll be ready for settling down as soon as, to be honest. Done a lot of walking today. And yeah, it's just been fun from start to finish. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed it. I know I have, and I will keep you posted throughout the night, so stay tuned.